some poetry for you on the Ning Nang Nong. On the Ning Nang Nong where the cows go bong and the monkeys all say boo. There's a Nong Nang Ning where the trees go ping and the teapots jibber jabber joo. On the Nong Ning Nang all the mice go clang and you just can't catch them when they do. Ning Nang Nong, cows go bong, Nong Nang Ning, trees go ping, Nong Ning Nang, the mice go clang. What a noisy place to belong is the Ning Nang Nong. The Owl and the Pussycat. The owl and the pussycat went to sea in a beautiful pea-green boat. They took some honey and plenty of money wrapped up in a 5-pound note. The owl looked up to the stars above and sang to a small guitar. Oh, lovely pussy, oh pussy, my love, what a beautiful pussy you are, you are, you are, what a beautiful pussy you are. Pussy said to the owl, you elegant fowl, how charmingly sweet you sing. Oh, let us be married, too long we have tarried, but what shall we do for a ring? They sailed away for a year and a day to the land where the bong tree grows. And there in a wood a piggy stood with a ring at the end of his nose with a ring at the end of his nose. Dear pig, are you willing to sell for 1 shilling your ring? Said the piggy. I will. So they took it away and were married next day by the turkey who lives on the hill. They dined on mince with slices of quince which they ate with a runcible spoon. And hand in hand on the edge of the sand they danced by the light of the moon, the moon, the moon. They danced by the light of the moon. Hi, so today we are going to be learning all about poetry, and today's session is about listening to, talking about, enjoying, and then having a go at trying to learn a couple of silly poems afterwards. So I did record a couple of poems that you can go and listen to if you would like to from this book. And one of them is a poem that we will read again and we'll see if we can join in with, just because it's one that's quite quick and silly and fun. So it's one that children that I've taught in the past have always really enjoyed trying to join in with. So we'll have a look at that and a couple of others that are tricky to say, all from this book afterwards. But I do have a couple of others to share with you too, some of my favourite types of poems. So I know a little poem and it's called Peas, and it says, I eat my peas with honey. I've done it all my life. It makes the peas taste funny, but it keeps them on the knife. So in that poem, they're talking about the fact that peas are a really tricky food to eat because they just roll around everywhere. And so by eating them with something sticky, it helps to keep them on the knife. Not very sensible, probably not very nice, but a bit silly and a possible logical solution to a problem. This poem here is called Please, Mrs. Butler, and it's by Alan Allberg. Please, Mrs. Butler, this boy Derek Drew keeps copying my work, miss. What shall I do? Go and sit in the hall, dear. Go and sit in the sink. Take your books on the roof, my lamb. Do whatever you think. Please, Mrs. Butler, this boy Derek Drew keeps taking my rubber, miss. What shall I do? Keep it in your hand, dear. Hide it up your vest. Swallow it if you like, my love. Do what you think best. Please, Mrs. Butler, this boy Derek Drew keeps calling me rude names, miss. What shall I do? Lock yourself in the cupboard, dear. Run away to sea. Do whatever you can, my flower, but don't ask me. There are two characters in that poem. There's Mrs. Butler, who is, in this case, I think probably the teacher, and there is a child. The child is never actually referred to by name in the poem, so we don't know who, but they are complaining about Derek Drew, who seems to be a bit frustrating and is doing things to annoy the child that is speaking in the different stanzas. So a poem has paragraph. Now in this poem, I'll show you, you can see that it's very clear. It's either Mrs. Butler speaking or it's the other character speaking, and that's how they've chosen to split up the stanzas. So that's what we call the bits, the various different parts of the poem. So the child character is complaining about Derek Drew, who's been annoying and keeps copying her and taking things, and Mrs. Butler is a bit frustrated by the whole thing and she just wishes that they would leave each other alone. I'm not sure that she is the most patient person I can infer that from her responses. I have another one here that's also by Alan Allberg, and this is called Scissors. Nobody leave the classroom. Everyone listen to me. We had 10 pairs of scissors at 2:30, and now there's only 3. 7 pairs of scissors disappeared from sight. Not one of you leaves till we find them. We can stop here all night. Scissors don't lose themselves, melt away or explode. Scissors have not got legs of their own to go running off down the road. We really need those scissors. That's what makes me mad. If it was 7 pairs of children we'd lost, it wouldn't be so bad. I don't want to hear excuses. Don't anyone speak. Just ransack this room till we find them, or we'll stop here all week. Now that one is all from the point of view of just one person. Again, because of what they're talking about, I would infer that the character in that poem is a teacher. And again, it's just a bit silly, just a bit frustrated at the fact that they lost all those scissors when they had lots at the beginning of the afternoon, and they really need them to be able to do their crafting or their work or whatever it is that they need them for. So yeah, that's again quite a grumpy sort of teacher. And while this poem is broken down into little stanzas, it's more to do with the rhyming pattern, and the whole poem is just from one person's point of view. So it can be different. Now, although I do have a book of children's poems, we will have come across poetry in lots of other different forms, because lots of the storybooks that we enjoy reading are poetry. They're just narrative poetry. So lots of the books by Julia Donaldson, so The Gruffalo and Stickman and Tiddler, they're all poetry because they rhyme throughout. Not all poetry rhymes, but if it does rhyme and it has limited vocabulary, then it probably is. So like all of those are narrative poetry. They tell a story. You can also get special types of poems that fit into certain amounts of words on different lines. And then there are nursery rhymes as well in the name. They're rhymes, so they would be things that we would know. So if we were looking at being able to recite poetry, then nursery rhymes would be a really good place to start, because we could do the one about Humpty Dumpty. So Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall, Humpty Dumpty had a great fall, all the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. That's a rhyme. It's a nursery rhyme, but it's a rhyme. It's a poem. I wonder what other ones we might know. What about Incy Wincy Spider? Incy Wincy Spider climbed up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sunshine and dried up all the rain. And Incy Wincy Spider climbed up the spout again. So technically they would have been written as poems, but lots of these have had music put to them, and so they're more often sung these days, like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Can we sing it together? Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. So we can sing a poem sometimes too. How bizarre. Some of the ones that I chose from the poem book are fun because they are a bit daft. In fact, they're all a bit daft. So let's start with my favourite Spike Milligan poem. It's called On the Ning Nang Nong. So I will read it quickly through, or not quickly because it's too hard to read quickly, but I will read it once and then we will see if we can have a go at doing it together. You ready? On the Ning Nang Nong. On the Ning Nang Nong where the cows go bong and the monkeys all say boo. There's a Nong Nang Ning where the trees go ping and the teapots jibber jabber jew. On the Nong Ning Nang all the mice go clang and you just can't catch them when they do. So it's ning nang nong, cows go bong, nong nang ning, trees go ping, ning nong ning nang, the mice go clang. What a noisy place to belong is the ning nang nong. It's tricky, right? So we can do it bit by bit, and we can... This one is quite a difficult one to learn by heart, but we can certainly learn parts of it. So the first thing you have to be able to say is on the ning nang nong, yeah? And then what you have to remember is that the last word of the line rhymes with the last word of the next line. So on the ning nang nong, all the cows say bong. On the ning nang nong, where the cows go bong and the monkeys all say boo. Can you do that bit? On the ning nang nong, where the cows go bong and the monkeys all say boo. There's a nong nang ning. So the ending of the next line is going to be the ping one. There's a nong nang ning where the trees go ping and the teapots jibber jabber joo. There's a nong nang ning where the trees go ping. Brilliant. And the teapots jibber jabber joo. Well done. So from the beginning, how much of it can you remember? On the ning nang nong where the cows go bong and the monkeys all say boo. There's a nong nang ning where the trees go ping and the teapots jibber jabber joo. Well done. On the nong ning nang is the clang one. Yeah, on the nong ning nang all the mice go clang and you just can't catch them when they do. And then the last bit. So it's ning nang nong, cows go bong, nong nang ning, trees go ping, ning nang, nope, nong ning nang, the mice go clang. What a noisy place to belong is the ning nang nong. We used to love having a go at saying it. And then the other ones that I picked for us to have a go at are all tongue twisters. So the idea with these is that there are an awful lot of the same starting sound. So there's one here called Peter Piper, and lots of the words that are in this start with a p, and it makes it really tricky to say. So Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pepper. Did Peter Piper pick a peck of pickled pepper? If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pepper, where's the peck of pickled pepper Peter Piper picked? So because all of the words are so similar and they all start with that same consonant, or not all, but nearly all of them, it makes it really difficult to say. And once you've nailed it and you can do it slowly, then you can see if you can do it quicker. But the quicker you do it, the more easily it is to get tricked up on it. Shall we have a go? Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pepper. Can you say that? Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pepper. Did Peter Piper pick a peck of pickled pepper? Did Peter Piper pick a peck of pickled pepper? If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pepper, where's the peck of pickled pepper Peter Piper picked? Yeah, it sounds silly, doesn't it? So that's one of them, Peter Piper. And then she sells seashells. She sells seashells on the seashore. The shells that she sells are seashells, I'm sure. So if she sells seashells on the seashore, I'm sure that her shells are seashore shells. That's a really difficult one to get your mouth around. Let's do it line by line. You ready? She sells Nope. She sells seashells on the seashore. Again. She sells seashells on the seashore. Well done. The shells that she sells are seashells, I'm sure. The shells that she sells are seashells, I'm sure. The shells that she sells are seashells, I'm sure. I'm not very good at this one. Should we do both lines together? She sells seashells on the seashore. The shells that she sells are seashells, I'm sure. So if she sells seashells on the seashore, I'm sure that the shells are seashore shells. I'm sure that the shells are seashore shells. Let's do the last two lines. So if she sells seashells on the seashore, I'm sure that the shells are seashore shells. Should we try and do the whole lot? Let's go. She sells seashells on the seashore. The shells that she sells are seashells, I'm sure. So if she sells seashells on the seashore, I'm sure that the shells are seashore shells. That was tricky. And I know that the last one that I picked is one that I find particularly tricky. This is Betty Butter. Betty Butter bought some butter, but she said, this butter's bitter. If I put it in my batter, it will make my batter bitter. But a bit of better butter will make my batter better. So she bought a bit of butter, better than her bitter butter, and she put it in her batter, and the batter wasn't bitter. So it was better Betty Butter bought a bit of better butter. That one is so tricky. It's interesting as well that it doesn't have as many as the others do, and sh and p, and yet it's still really tricky. And I don't know whether that's because it doesn't feel like it flows naturally, or I'm not sure why, but that is a really tricky one. I'll read it one more time and you can have a go, see if you can do it. But I like them because they make you say funny things and that makes you giggle, and that's always a bit of fun when it comes to poetry. Betty Botter bought some butter, but she said, "This butter's bitter. If I put it in my batter, it will make my batter bitter. But a bit of better butter will make my batter better. So she bought a bit of butter better than her bitter butter, and she put it in her batter, and the batter wasn't bitter. So it was better Betty Botter bought a bit of better butter." It's so tricky. Have a go at them. They will definitely make you giggle. Whatever you do with the rest of your day, maybe find some other poetry that you enjoy, and have a brilliant rest of the day. Bye bye. Hi. So today we are going to be having a little look at this. It means times or multiply or multiplication or groups of or lots of. And there are a few different ways that we can go about doing it. And some of those will help us, will build our understanding. And then we'll have a look at all of them. And I'll also show you the most efficient way of going about having a go at multiplying. And then the other sign and symbol that we need to recognise is this one, which means equal or equal to. And it just means is the same as. That one's quite important because that will appear in the number sentence part of it. So if we look at a number sentence together, now you're going to want something to write with and something to write on for this, because the best way to practice is to have a go. So if you don't have that already, then I would suggest that you pause the video, go and find something, and then come back and we'll have a look at this number sentence together. I'm going to do lots of drawing today because I feel like that's the easiest way of showing it. So lots of space, or a wipeable board like I have. Either would work. Okay, so let's have a look at this number sentence together. So here we have a number sentence. It says 3 times 2, or 3 lots of 2, or 3 multiplied by 2 is the same as 3 lots of 2. So I'm going to imagine this as 3 lots of, 3 groups of 2. So here, look, I've got 2 and 2 and 2. Now this is what we call repeated addition. So technically what I'm doing is this, add this, and this. So they're lots of 2. So there's 2 in each lot, and there are 3 groups, okay? So I've got it 1, 2, 3 times. So I could then count in 2s, 2, 4, 6. 3 times 2 is 6. I had 6 all together. Now, obviously this will get a bit time consuming before very long if we have lots of groups of something. It's also not the most effective way of going about doing it. I will show you a different one, but it's a really good way of gaining that understanding of there being this many lots of this. So let's do one together. Let's have a go at 5 lots of 2. So there's our number sentence. That's what it looks like. And then can you have a go at drawing me 5 blocks of 2? So, and you can put the add sign in between each one because that's what we're doing. We're doing repeated addition here. Although in actual fact, that is the same as the multiplication. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's just not the most effective way of doing it. So how did we get on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lots of 2. So if I'm going to count in 2s, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So 5 times 2 is the same as 10. What about then if this time we have 2 lots of 3? So 2 times 3 is what we're going to have a look at. Could you then have a go at showing me that as repeated addition? So there's 2 times 3. We need 2 lots of 3. So this time we're not going to draw sets of 2. We are going to draw sets of 3. But how many sets of 3 do we need? Yeah, exactly. 1, 2. We need 2 lots of 3. So this time I've got 2 lots of 3, so I could do 3, add 3, which I know to be 6. So when I'm looking at multiplication, I can do it as a repeated addition because I have so many lots of this. So let's do one more and let's make it 4 lots of 4. Okay, so this time 4 lots of 4. So think about what the number sentence will look like first. Well done, yeah. 4 times 4, making sure that this is the right way round, because obviously if we do it the wrong way round and we have it like this, it doesn't mean multiply at all. It means addition, it means add. So we have to make sure that we have it and it looks like an X, okay? That's how we know that we've got it right. And then we've got groups of 4, and we also want 4 of them. So I'm going to draw 4 groups of 4 and I'm going to add them together. So there's my 1, 2, 3, 4 groups, and I'm adding them together, and I'm just going to count in 4s, or I could do 4 and then I could add on. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 all together. But there are other ways that we can have a go at doing this, and in all honesty it is easier and clearer to see. So what we are going to look at, now we have an understanding of multiplication being groups of, what we're going to look at is what we call an array. So I'll start really simple with 2 lots of 2. So there's the number sentence that we're using. And in this case, all we do is we just use the dots. So rather than drawing lots and lots, we're just consolidating that by using the dots. So here, look, I've got 2 lots of 2. So you can see I've got 1 lot here and 2 lots here. So I've got 1 here and I've got another 1 here. So 1, 2, and there's 2 in each row. And then all I do is count how many dots I have all together. I have 4 there. So 2 times 2 is the same as 4. So if I were to change it to be, we'll keep it as lots of 2, but this time we're going to change it to be 4 lots of 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go along and I'm going to do 4 groups. I'm going to do 4 across because I have 4 groups, and then I need to make sure that there are 2 in each one. But when I say 2 in each one, this counts as one of them. So I don't do 2 underneath, I just do 1 more so that I have 2 in each row. So here we go, look, 2 in each column. So 4 lots of 2, I have 4 by 2. And what's really important when you're doing an array is that you are really careful with your layout. So I always make sure that I do it big enough that it's clear and spaced out enough that I can see exactly what's going on, because what I don't want is to miss one. So it's really important that they line up, and that'll make it much easier to count as well, especially when we get on to sort of like bigger numbers. It's much easier to count that way. And then all I have to do is count them. So I could count 2, 4, 6, 8 because I can count in 2s, or I could do 4, 8, or I could count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. However I go about doing that, I will get the same answer. It's just finding a way that works for me. So let's have a go at doing some arrays together. So first of all, can you write the number sentence for me? Can you write 4 lots of 3? So 4 times 3, can you just write the number sentence? Brilliant, well done. And it looks like that. Then you've got it spot on, well done. Okay, and so we're doing 4 going across. So at the top, can you do 4 dots? Remember, you've got to leave some space around them and make it nice and clear. So room for them to go underneath and room so they don't bump into each other. So we've got our 4. And then in our 4, how many do we need going down in each row? Yeah, we need 3 going down. So that's including that one. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, like that, look. And then I'm going to fill the rest out so that it looks the same. So I'm just going to go across and make sure that each row has 3 in it. So now I have 4 going across and 3 going down in each one. And then all I have to do is to count all of those dots, and then I will find out the answer to 4 times 3. Now, I already know that that's 4, and I know another 4 is 8. So I'm actually going to go 4, 8, and then start here. 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, nice job. Okay, next one then. Let's do 5 lots of 2. We did it earlier, but we'll do it again as an array. So 5 lots of 2. So write the number sentence first. So 5 times 2. 5 times 2 equals... Nice job. And then how many going across? Well done. 5 going across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And how many need to be in each row? Yeah, well done. There needs to be 2 in each row. Like this? Yeah. 5 and then 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Perfect. And then I can either count in 2s, or I could count in 5s, or I could count in 1s. I'm going to count in 5s. So 5, 10. 5 lots of 2 is 10. Okay, let's do another one. Let's do 6 lots of 3. 6 times 3, 6 lots of 3. Well done. That's exactly what your number sentence needs to look like. And then how many are going across the top? Yeah, well done. We need 6 going across the top. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 3 in each one. Well done. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Oh, something's not quite right with mine. I know. It's 6 lots of 3, and I did an extra 3 underneath, and that is not what I needed to do. What I needed to do is make sure there were 3 in each one. So I need to go back and rub a line out, because what I have there is 6 lots of 4, because there are 4 in each row. So I'm just going to go back and just rub that bottom row out where I went wrong. And that's what our array should look like. We've got 6 going across, and we've got 3 in each line. And then we can count them. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. There are 18 all together. And if we weren't sure, then, or if we only knew 3, 6, then we could carry on counting in 1s afterwards. We can count in 1s from the beginning. It's completely up to us. Basically, we're just going to count that array. Okay, let's see if we can do another one. See if you can do it without me saying anything this time. Let's do 5 lots of 4. So 5 times 4. So shall we check in with the number sentence? Snap. Absolutely. Okay, so then think about how many you need going across, and then how many you need to have in each row, and then fill in the array with the rest of them. And then we can use the array to count up. So I've got 5 lots of 4, and then we could count in 4s. But for me, I think it's much easier to count in 5s, so I'm going to count in 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20. So 5 lots of 4 is 20. So I can write my 20 at the end of my number sentence there. And can you see how having it really clearly in rows would make it really obvious if I had got an extra one in there, if I had made a mistake that way? Okay, let's see if we can do one more. Let's do 7 lots of 3. 7 times 3. 7 times 3. So we are going to have how many going across? How many groups are there? And then how many in each group do we need? And then we are going to continue it until we've got that many in all of them. And then we can move on. We can count up how many we had all together, can't we? Here we go. Oh, I've made a mistake, and it's really, really clear to see my mistake, because there it is. There shouldn't be one there, because I can see my columns really clearly, and I can see my rows. Even though this one is a little bit on the wonky side, it's not super straight because it's on plane, I can still see where my rows are, and I haven't bashed into them with any others because I've left enough space. So from there, I would just need to count. So 3, 6, 9, or 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. And then I just write my 21 at the end of my number sentence. Wow, you did such a great job today. So this means times or multiply or multiplication. It means groups of or lots of. And we can do it using repeated addition, or we can use an array to help us work it out by doing the number across and then the next number down in each one and just counting how many we have all together. What an incredible job. Whatever you do the rest of your day, have a great one. Bye-bye. Hi. So today we were having a build with some Lego, and we also came across the fan. Now excuse me for a moment, it's a bit loud. But can you see what it does to my hair? It's really quite a strong wind, and this got us thinking. We could use this fan to make our cars, which had wheels, move across the floor. Now, if I just put my car in front of the fan, it's not going to go anywhere. But we can do some experimenting and some playing, and we can make that car move across the carpet using that fan. Can you have a think about how you might do that? If you want to join in and you have the things to, then you will need a light vehicle with good wheels. It has to move really freely with a hole in the top. And then you will need a tape measure for measuring, some paper, a stick, and some scissors. And now maybe I've just given the whole game away. Let's turn the fan off and we can have a think. But if you want to build your own and you want to join in, then you can pause the video and do that, and then you can come back and join us a little bit later. Let's turn this fan off. That's better. The fan was a little bit loud. We will need it later. So the way that we can make the vehicle move across the floor is not by having it as a car, but by turning it into a boat. What does a boat have that allows it to move in the wind? You're right. No, we're not putting motors onto our cars. We can build sails. And so this got me thinking, if I made a sail out of paper for my car boat, could I make it move across the floor? So I am going to start by making a sail that is about half of my piece of paper. So that's quite a big sail. Now I can leave my piece of paper like this, or I can cut down the side so that it feels a bit more like a sail. It doesn't really matter. And then what I'm going to do with that is to try and affix it by stabbing my cocktail stick through the paper. Now, if your cocktail stick is sharp, then the best thing that you can do at this point is to ask for some help, because we don't want anybody getting hurt. But by doing it this way, what I am doing is avoiding putting any other weight on it. So here's my sail, which I'm going to put into the back of my car. I'm going to put my car down. I'm going to put the fan on. Before I do you think it will work? Let's find out. Oh no. Let's try again. Can you see what the problem is? I think you're right. I think our sail is too big. So what's happening is that our sail is catching the wind, but the wind is pushing and it's just knocking the whole thing over. So I think we need a smaller sail. Let's see what we can do then. So I can fold my piece of paper in half again and then cut down the middle. This will get me a smaller piece. And then this, I'm going to try and do it using the
using the holes the same way on. So use the flat bit going down into it because it stands up better. I'm going to make sure that my sail is nice and low to my vehicle, look. Okay. I will create a little starting line just in case it does work, and then that way we can always make sure that we put them in the same place. So there's my little starting line, look, for my wheels to touch. Turn it around a little bit and let's see whether or not that does the job, because the problem before was definitely that it was too big, so it was just getting knocked over. Let's see whether this one works. Oh no, I wonder why. Could it be because the sail is this way round? Could it be because there's too much surface area that way round? We could try doing it the other way round and that would tell us whether or not that was our problem, wouldn't it? So let's see whether or not, if we put our sail on the opposite way round, so if we attach our sail this way, so it's tall rather than wide. There we go, look. So I'll put my wheels here, and then does it still have the same effect? Will it still just keep falling over? Let's have a look. Ooh, yes. But it didn't fall over in the same way. Did you notice? Okay, I think two things. What do you think our issue might be? I think there are two. I think that one issue is that the sail is still too big for the size of the vehicle. In which case, that's fine. We can cut it in half again. So this time I'm going to cut it in half like that. And then I've got my little sail. I'm still going to use it going up because it definitely worked better going up than it did going down. But then I think part of my problem is that my mast is just too tall in comparison to the size of the rest of the thing. So I've just broken my mast down to make my mast a little bit smaller in the hope that that might help. So I'm going through my sail, which is even smaller now. And then, there we go, look. So now my sail is much closer to the size of the vehicle. Okay, and it's tall because we know that tall worked better last time. Let's see. Oh, it's pushing so hard. I can see it pushing really, really hard. I wonder if I made the wind more, if I turn the fan up, whether that would help, or whether maybe we just need a sail that's a little bit bigger than that one. It didn't help. So I think maybe we might need a sail that's somewhere in between the two. So let's try again. Let's make sure that it's bigger than that one. So this one is definitely bigger, look. I think I'm back to the first size that it was before I cut that one in half. But I wonder whether now we've got a shorter mast, whether it will still be too big or whether it will be the right sort of size. I'm going to try it, and then if it isn't right, we can always just trim a bit off it. So let's put our sail in, and you can see now because the mast is shorter, it doesn't go above it, which is what I think was probably knocking it over before. So let's put that there, and let's see whether or not we can make that one move. Fingers crossed. I really thought this would work. In fact, it has worked in the past. But problem solving is a good thing. Oh no. Can you see what's happened there with that though? I wonder what would happen if I put my car backwards. No. I thought, let me explain my thinking to you. We don't need more wind. I thought that the problem might have been with the shape of my vehicle because the wheels are not at the front and the back. So I thought the problem might have been with the nose of my vehicle because it was nose diving forward. Now, that might well be the problem, but I've cut a little bit off the top because the other thing that we thought might cause an issue was the size of the sail. So let's try again and see whether or not we can make it move. It's so much closer. I wonder what would happen if we put it backwards. Let's try that, just based on the nose thing. It does make it go for a little bit, but I think that our biggest issue might be to do with the stability of the car. And I have had one more thought. What else do you think might be causing a problem? So the other thing that I think might be causing a problem is how wobbly this is within there. So I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to go and find something that I can stick in that hole to make it more secure and see whether or not that will solve our problem. We might not have ended up with the experiment that we expected today, but the scientific thinking involved is brilliant. So I wonder whether that's a problem. That's something I can certainly fix straight away. The stability of the vehicle that I made is not, but it's certainly something that I could test at a later date. Let's go find something. What else do you think might be wrong with it? I'll be back and we'll find out. Okay, I found some Play-Doh, which I can definitely fill those gaps with. So I can fit it just on the inside of the vehicle here, so that the stick can go down into that. And then the other thing that I think I could do, I can certainly try, is I can make a ring to go around the top here. Now, the other thing that this will do, of course, is this will make my whole vehicle a little bit heavier. That might cause a bit of an issue. We will have to wait and see. So we can push it through there and then we can make sure that it's firmed in there. And then can you see just inside the vehicle? I can push it down. And now that sail doesn't have anywhere near as much room to wriggle as it did before. So let's give it a go. What do you think? Do you think maybe that might have been the issue? Let's find out. It's still nose-dived, but it did try really hard to push that time. So let's see if we turn it backwards. We did it! Okay. So what I've learnt here, and I hope you've learnt too, problems will always occur, but we can think logically and we can problem solve systematically to try and solve them. So I started off with a really big sail. It was far too big for the size of the vehicle that I had. So it was logical that that might have been the thing that was the issue. So we made it smaller and smaller and smaller. And then actually that mast was hanging above it. And it did look like it was still being pushed over from the top. So breaking that down was a logical step to solving our problem. That didn't work. And then the sail wasn't quite big enough. So we went back and we started again. We got a slightly bigger sail and we turned it round because it needed less surface area going across. And then the mast was just a bit too wobbly. The sail could move around everywhere. So the wind power that was going onto that surface area of the sail wasn't having its job. It wasn't doing what it was supposed to. And then eventually when we'd stuck that and it was all safe, then our issue was with the shape of the vehicle and the fact that the nose just made it a bit too unstable. But we did great problem solving and we worked systematically. And that's a brilliant approach to problem solving. Whatever you do the rest of your day, have a great one. Bye-bye.
Hello, Angel students. Today I would love for us to do something a little bit different to what we've been doing, and quite frankly something that I don't think is spoken about enough. I don't see it a lot, I don't hear it a lot as a strategy and something to do and implement and put into our lives every single day. We've spoken about plans and focus and structure, and how to execute those plans and how to put that structure into our daily routines. But what we haven't spoken about, and something a little bit different that I want us to try, is putting an emotion, a feeling, a desired state to our everyday doings. I'll give you an example. So as we go along, lots of different words are going to come up on the screen. And as I go along, I'm going to go through 5 of those words. Your task is going to be to find an extra 2. So the reason we're going to start with 5 and that I'm going to go through 5, even though there will be about 13 actual words, I'm going to go through 5. You're going to find an extra 2. You don't even have to use the ones that I will have up on the screen. It would be even better actually if you found your own 2 that you would like to embody and feel and embrace and be open to feeling as you continue. So this is what I want us to do for every single day of the week. In the same way that you have a plan or you have something that you have to do that day, you might have a goal set and you want to complete a specific task, whatever it is, that's the same type of thing I want us to apply these words to. And you're wondering, what words is she talking about? The words I'm talking about and referring to are how you feel. How would you like to feel on any specific day? Because we always have a choice about how we want to feel. And sometimes the circumstances, just the way the day goes, how we might feel throughout one particular day can make us think, I don't actually have a choice. This happened, so I don't have a choice. I only have the choice to respond by feeling a certain way. And those ways are never usually the most positive. So I am here to encourage you to decide how you want to feel. Decide, like today I wanted to feel hydrated. So let me show you what I've done to make sure I feel hydrated. One moment. This is what I've done. I've made sure that I filled this up and that I drink this so that I feel hydrated. That is something I wanted to make sure I felt. And the best way for me to do that was to have this wherever I go. So even if I leave this particular room, say I went into the kitchen, this is going to come with me. So I feel hydrated no matter where I go. This is coming with me. Okay, so that isn't actually on the list, but you could use that one if you wanted to. All right, so the words are going to come up on the screen right about now. Okay, so you can see all of the words there. Remember, I'm going to pick 5, so that will be for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. You are going to pick the remaining 2 for Saturday and Sunday. Now, may I just say, you can do this any way you want to. Okay, I personally, on my to-do list for the whole week, I will have an emotion, a feeling, a desired state there for every single day. And sometimes, depending on what I have to do that day, I might have the same one. So it's not that you have to have something different every day. You could have the same one for the entire week, for 2 weeks, for the entire month, and then you change. It's even helpful to have one for a longer period of time so that you can really get used to that and feel comfortable with it, so that anytime something comes to kind of knock you off balance, and you might feel irritated by something, or you could just be tired. You just might not be in the mood. But because you have that desired state, that feeling and that way of feeling that you decided you want to feel, that will be your anchor. That will be what will hold you to your commitment in feeling that way, no matter what comes. So let's get started. The first one that I have chosen from the list of words that I put up just before is joy. And what we're going to do to give you some clarity with this is we're going to look up the definitions. When doing anything, and especially when looking up your final two words, please do use this practice of looking up the definition to really ensure you understand exactly what the word means, because doing this really helps you to understand deeply that you really do have a choice about how you feel, no matter what's said to you, no matter what's done to you, no matter if you go outside and it's sunny and then by the time you're on your way back it's raining and you didn't bring your umbrella because you didn't need it earlier because it was sunny. Any word that you pick that makes you feel good from the inside will automatically show up outside everywhere for you. So let's put this to the test. The first word I have chosen is serene. And serene is calm, peaceful, untroubled, and tranquil. Isn't that a lovely word? So serene comes from serenity. So if you were to use it, you would like to feel serene. I think that's beautiful. So for the second word, I have chosen responsible. I believe that personal responsibility equals personal power, personal empowerment. When you are responsible, you can't be anything but empowered because you take responsibility for what you do, how you do it, and the result that comes from that. So let's look at the definition for responsible. Here we have having an obligation to do something. So if you give your word to something, if you say you're going to do something, then that is exactly what you do because you are obligated to your responsibility. So like say if you have your tasks, they're your responsibility to complete. The next word is confident. Now we have spoken about confidence and the importance of confidence on this channel as well. We have also spoken about the difference between belief and knowing. Believing in yourself is the beginning of confidence, and then knowing exactly what you're capable of and what your abilities are, your strength, adds to your confidence and really grows your confidence. So let's look at the definition of confident because we want to show up confident. So imagine you have something to do that you've never done before, or maybe you've got somewhere that you need to go to and you've never been there before. So you're going to be around people that you perhaps don't really know very well. It's your first time in that particular environment. So everything you do on this particular day, you want to show up confidently. You want to speak confidently. When you speak to other people, you want to speak confidently. So it will be a day that you just decide, today I must be confident. I have the choice to be confident. So in this particular setting, on this particular day, for whatever reasons you have, that you have chosen confident for that particular day, you show up confident in everything that you do because you have assigned that to that particular day. So let's look up the definition of confident. Confident is feeling or showing confidence in oneself or one's abilities or qualities. So that would be your strengths, what you are good at, what you know you are capable of, because we all embody confidence. It is just a matter of bringing it out and letting it shine. Now, one thing we have done on this channel is talk about gratitude. So for one of your days, you could choose to be grateful, no matter what, no matter who, no matter where, no matter why, okay? And the way that you could do this could be from the moment you realize you are awake. Even if you opened your eyes, you can start saying thank you. The fact that you can get up and you have a bathroom to go to to brush your teeth, to wash your face, to have a shower, to have a bath, the fact that you have a kitchen to go to. There are so many reasons you can be thankful. There are so many reasons in which you can be grateful and show gratitude. So you can be thankful that you have a toothbrush, that you have toothpaste, that you have running water, that you have cups in your kitchen that you can get juice from or tea from or cereal or toast, and just be grateful and thankful for everything. Even on that particular day that you may assign gratitude to as your anchor, even if things feel like, I'm not happy about this, I don't like this, I'm not comfortable with this, but you have chosen and you have decided to be grateful. So grateful you shall be. And how you can counteract that knocking you off and not really liking something when you are practicing a day of only being grateful is to be grateful because something may have happened, but it has happened for a reason. The fact that you may not understand why that is, the fact that you may think it's unfair, the fact that you might think it was a bit uncalled for, doesn't matter. It's happened for a reason, and you're grateful that that's happened because now you can go off and do something else, or maybe it pushed you in another direction, or maybe it's caused you to look at that particular situation in a different way. Because in one of our earlier lessons, you will remember me saying, when things happen, instead of why me, why is this happening to me, what can I learn from this is the question to ask. What do I need to be learning from this is the question to ask. Remember when we spoke about being responsible just now in this video earlier, being responsible for you and how you respond and how you process things in your mind empowers you. So you're going to be responsible for that which you are grateful for. So let's have a look at gratitude, grateful, the definition. The attitude of gratitude. Okay, so feeling or showing an appreciation for something done or received. And remember, you can be grateful for you. You can be very grateful for you. You can be grateful for you having the patience. You can be grateful to yourself for being understanding. You can be grateful to your limbs, the fact that you have hands to be able to brush your teeth, to wash your face, your legs to walk from here to there, your shoes to put on your feet. It's countless the things that we really do have to be grateful for. Now, I know I said I was only going to do 5, but I have another favourite. I have so many favourite positive words and feelings and states of being that if I was to go through this, we would need a few more lessons on this one. However, I'm going to wrap it up on this last one. So what is this last word? It is faith. There's a great speaker that I love listening to. His name is Les Brown, and he has this saying that he loves to say, if you take a fall, try to land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up. And that's how I feel when it comes to faith. Faith has pulled me out of many situations that I didn't feel like I could necessarily get out of. So what is the definition of faith? Faith is complete trust or confidence in someone or something. And let me explain why I have such a love for faith. Because for me, it was either faith or fear, okay? Faith and fear work very close together. But if you have serious faith, and the definition said to have a certain amount of trust in something or someone. Now, I believe that should be you first and foremost. So you have an unshakable belief within yourself, trust within yourself, have that faith in yourself, so that when you know something, when you feel comfortable with something, it won't be so easy for any outside noise or influence to come and change your mind. Embody faith within you, have faith within you, because it will allow you to make better decisions moving forward. All right, when you have a good level of faith, this allows you to be responsible with the choices that you make moving forward. The more that you are responsible with your choices moving forward is the more that you get confident within yourself, because you are making choices that you can see are having great results on your life. The more you continue to make those choices is the more that you continue to feel serene within your daily life. And the more that you feel serene is the more that you have things to be grateful for, reasons to be grateful. So please, angel students, find your extra 2 words to complete a full 7-day week. Remember to find the definition of those words as well so that you can really embrace it and it resonates with you. It's something that feels good to you. You like the sound of that word. And then add that word. You can do it mentally if you want, but I find visually is really good. You know, I advocate for you to write things down, keep a note of everything and record things as well. And it's also good just so that you can go back and have a look at it, because sometimes it's important to go back just to see how far you have actually come. And I want to leave you with something when it comes to having faith, because I have faith in you that you are going to do all of these things and you are also going to see the positive results that it can have on just 1 week. Just even if you do it for 1 week, I guarantee you will want to do it the following week. So choose faith with everything that you do and never let anything stop you from doing the things that you know you are capable of doing. Bye bye, angel students.
Hello. Let's do a quick exercise for the joint first. 1 foot wide, wrists and ankles. Change. Okay, exercise your knee joints. 1. All the way down. 2, 3, 4, 5. And exercise your hip. Warm up your hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep your elbow up. Hands reach out far as you can. 1. Open up your lungs. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Change. 1 hand's up, 1 hand's down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pull your elbow look back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Slightly bend your knees. Relax your shoulders. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 10. Change. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Shoulders down, head up. Neck. Roll your shoulders, full circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax your back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. Okay, let's do a little bit training for the leg. Let's do 10 squat. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Squat jump. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. First Kung Fu stance, marble stretch. 3.5 foot point. Bend your knees. Put your knee out. Breathing in, back straight. Breathing out, turn your body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, second Kung Fu stance. Combo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, marble chin to combo. 1, 10 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. So today we're going to practice the last movement of the routine. So last time we finished from here. So right knee, right elbow, left knee, left elbow, then finish here, then stop. Inhale and exhale. So we'll be walking through together. So when you turn your body here, turn your body to the left, right knee up, right elbow. 2, turn right, left knee up, left elbow, then marble. 4 flag bend. Keep your left knee above your left face above your left knee, right face above your head, and look left. But this time, if you can put the bottle of water on your leg not falling down, that's good. Then stop. Clench your face. Elbow back like we started. Then inhale. And exhale. Let's repeat a few times from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 'kay, a few more time. 1, 2, 3. Inhale and exhale. 3 more time. Right leg stand. Then turn your body to the left. Then right. And stop. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Right leg stand. and the right fist. Left hand, right fist. So stand. And 1, turn right, left, right. Stop. One more time. Right leg stand. Turn left, turn right. So you can do exactly the same, but this time opposite. So earlier we did the right leg stand, this time left leg stand. Yeah, so same. So this time earlier you turn left, this time you turn right. 1, 2, 3. And this time your right fist above your right knee, left fist above your head. And stop. And inhale. And exhale. Okay. Again. So right, left leg stand. Then go left knee, right knee, then stop. Down and exhale. One more time, left leg stand. 1, take your body. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Left leg. 1, 2. Yeah, so that's the end of the routine. So now we're going to practice 10 breathing exercises. 2 foot wide. Keep your foot point straight. When you're free, you can repeat 10 times on each side by yourself. Now let's practice the last 5 breathing exercises. Keep your foot point straight, knees straight down, body upright. Arms straight, fingers straight. Release the tension from your shoulders and neck. Breathing in. Right, collecting all the good energy to repair your body. Like a healing power. Then from here, drop your shoulders, elbow, creating a stretch. Hands pushing down. Feel like you're going to touch the floor. And 4 more times. Breathing in through your nose. All the good energy into your body. Breathing out. Relax your shoulders, elbow, hands pushing down. 3 more. Feel how you move. 2 more times. Breathing in, good energy into your body. Breathing out, release all the tension from your body. Like moving meditation. And stand up slowly. Feet together. And let's finish here today.
Please like and subscribe so you can get more and more lessons.